So this is my stove warming up. It's a paraffin stove, and it's made by the company that's written there, which I can't currently read because I've been staring at the sun, so my eyes are playing up. There's a Z in it somewhere, I think. And it's been very good indeed. So if anybody needs a stove, this is my recommendation. I'm certainly not giving it away, I'm afraid. I use it to replace my central heating from time to time. I suppose whether that's an economical move or not, I haven't really worked it out, but it emits a very pleasant glow, but it takes a long time to light. And I didn't start recording the video until it had been lit for about a minute and a half. So it's still really not throwing out any heat. It hasn't really properly ignited, but as the flame gradually begins to stop making a noise, the central core will start to glow in a very warm and radiant red, which does not transfer to the video, unfortunately, because the video always shows it as being a sort of artificial orange glare that's quite unpleasant to the eyes, whereas the true colour of the mantle is favourable. You can see it there. It's still blue, but there's a red developing under the blue as the heat develops. I think this type of camera is probably very sensitive to infrared heat, to infrared. And that's why it tends to burn out. You see, it's gradually. It looks redder on camera than it does to me. So when it's fully red here, it'll be overblown on camera probably. Now it's throwing out quite a bit of heat. I'm sitting about a yard away and I can feel it on my legs. And it's still not at its full potential, but it's beginning to do the job for which it was designed. And it works really well. I'm very pleased with it. I used it for 2 years, and then I had to have a new wick. Whether that's unusually frequent, I don't know. I made an error because, of course, I don't read the manuals of these things, and what one should do is to completely empty the fuel at the end of the season, and you also have to sort of use a siphon to suck it out from the bottom part where it doesn't. You can empty it, you can run it dry, but fuel still remains somehow. And they always say remove all that. That's what they told me. Otherwise, the wick will suffer. And a wick is 35 pounds, so it's not a small matter. But nonetheless, I had 2 good years use out of it, perhaps a bit more. And it's just a reassurance, and it's a nice place to sit in the house. You see, when I fire this up, at last I've got a warm spot that I can sit around, and the temperature in my house will gradually. It depends how cold it is outside. I've rarely needed to have the heating on with it, but I don't turn the heating off. The heating's set at 22, and when this stove is lit, the temperature in the kitchen where my thermostat is tends to go up to about 24 in current weather. And with sub-zero temperatures, I think that wouldn't be the case, but nonetheless, it clearly, it has the ability to heat my house. And I do leave the door open, as people can see, because that's a safety issue, because I want some more ventilation, and also allows a bit of heat to go upstairs. although upstairs does get a bit cold with the heating being off, as it were. So there we have it, my glowing stove. It looks a little bit better this time.